Kia ora, good morning everyone, Richard here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have a look at another camera, but it's quite a different camera compared to what I usually review on this channel. These days, technology like Google Street View, VR headsets become very popular. So have you ever thought it would be great if you can create some nice 3D photos of the inside of a building, and not just the typical low quality one, something nice, something with good details. Either offer it as a service to someone else, or if you are a business owner, use it to improve your own business. But then you may find out creating high quality 3D photos is just not easy at all, and you may not have the knowledge, skills or equipment to do that. It's also a very time consuming process in terms of capturing and post-processing, so in the end you may just give up the idea. If that is the case, the camera we are looking at today could make you change your mind and reconsider that again. Matterport Pro2 is a professional camera specially designed for taking photos of interior space and create 3D photos from it. Its photo resolution is 134 megapixels, and Matterport, they claim the 3D accuracy is 99%, and the camera has a built-in GPS and Wi-Fi. When I first pick up the camera, I already know it is not a typical 3D consumer camera. The size of the Matterport Pro2 is about the size of a home cinema projector, and it weighs approximately 3.4 kilograms. Even if I put a big camera like the Nikon Z9 next to it, the Z9 would become a baby camera. And while the outside of the camera is mostly made of plastic, the camera actually feels very well made and very solid. The Matterport Pro2 has a boxy shaped design with a big handle at the top for you to carry it around easily. At the front, there are 3 groups of cameras and sensors. Each group is tilted at a different angle to capture photo and depth information, so it can cover everything from directly above to below the camera. Part of the reason why the camera is so heavy is that it has a large built-in rechargeable battery. It takes about 5 hours to fully charge the battery, so it does take a while. But once you fully charge the battery, then it will last a very long time. I've been using this camera for about 2 weeks to 3 weeks now, and I shot many set of photos and have not recharged the camera even once. But when I checked the camera's battery today, I was surprised to see there is still more than 50% battery left, and actually way more than 50%. So battery life is definitely not an issue even if you are a busy photographer and need to shoot non-stop whole day. A Leica M camera is probably the most simplistic digital camera that I have ever used in terms of design, and that camera has about 5 to 6 buttons and a few dials on it. But this Matterport Pro2 is even simpler. There are only 2 buttons. One is the power button, and the other button is for the user to quickly check the battery status when the camera is not powered on, and that's it. That's all the control that you have on the camera. So why a professional camera that only has 2 buttons? Well, there are 2 reasons. One is the camera is smart enough to handle most of the settings for you, so you don't need to change anything yourself. And the second reason is taking the photo is actually done through the app on your smart device. To take 3D photo using the Matterport Pro2, you need to first install the Matterport Capture app. The app is available for both iOS and Android, so make sure you install it and register an account first. Well, I'll come back to the account part later on, but anyway, when you are ready to take a photo, just mount the camera on the tripod and make sure the camera is not tilted in any direction. I myself, I use the Zapon Revolver quick release, so it's super easy, super fast to install it onto the tripod and also remove it when I finish taking photos. Then power on the Matterport Pro2 and connect your phone to the Matterport Wi-Fi and then launch the app. And make sure you select the Pro2 as the camera, and now you can start taking photos using the app. And once you're ready, just press the shutter button in the app and the camera would rotate itself 360 degrees to capture one set of 3D photos. And this whole process should take less than 1 minute. So just make sure you stay behind the camera when the camera is rotating and capturing the photo, or maybe just hide yourself in another room until the capture app notifies you the camera is ready to take the next set of photos. If you are trying to capture the photo of a small empty room, then one set of photo would be enough to create a 3D model of the room. But if you are shooting a larger room, especially if there are furniture or big objects inside the room, or if you want to create a 3D model of a property that consists of multiple rooms, then you will need to take multiple set of photos. To do that, you just need to move the camera to different locations, ideally about 2 meters or so apart along a path to capture photo from different locations. When you are doing that, the camera would automatically determine where you place the camera. The Matterport Capture app would also show you a top-down view of the area and would update after each additional set of photos were taken and processed, so you can see whether you need to take more photos to complete the whole area or not. So the whole process is just very easy, as the camera and the app took care of most things for you. Now, the number of photos that you need to take really depends on the size, the shape of the area, and also the amount of large objects inside the area, and that would determine the total time needed. But just to give you an idea, to capture a typical single floor house with multiple rooms, it should only take around 30 minutes. And if you want to capture a multi-floor area, you can do that too. You just need to tell the app when you move to another floor. And once you have finished the capture process, you just need to press a few buttons in the capture app to upload the photos to Matterport's server. Its server will then process the photos and convert them into high quality 3D photos, video, and models for you automatically. I can understand some people may not like the idea of having to upload photos to the server or to the cloud, and I sometimes would agree with that as well. But I think in this case, this is actually a very good thing, because it means you don't need to have a powerful computer to process the photos. You don't need to learn how to process the photos. The server would just do everything for you. You don't even need to install any additional software on your computer. Once Matterport's server has finished processing your photos, which should take around an hour or so, you can then log into Matterport's website to view and interact with the 3D photos there, or share it with some other people. You can also download some video and photo of the place that you have just captured. When I saw my photo on Matterport's website, I was really surprised by the quality. The photo is sharp with excellent dynamic range. I shot this photo on a bright sunny day, and that was shot from indoor, so I was kind of expecting the outdoor part would be completely blown out, because that's what I can get easily even when I take some photo using my full frame camera. But surprisingly, both indoor and outdoor part looks very nice. So I'm guessing there's probably some HDR processing done, but no matter what, it handles high dynamic range very well. I also don't see any obvious branding artifacts how the two photos are joined together. And the 3D photos created are also not just the typical 360-degree sphere photos from a consumer 360 camera that you can only spin it around but you can't do much else. They are real 3D models with accurate position and orientation information. You can even use the measurement tool on the website to measure the distance between 2 points in the 3D photo, and the figure is very accurate. Matterport claims the accuracy is 99%. I did a measurement of this photo that I shot in my garage. I measured the width of the garage door using the measurement tool on the website. Then I measured it again in real life using a measuring tape. And guess what? The results are identical. They are both 4.86 meter, and that is just unbelievably accurate. That means you can use the 3D model for things that require good accuracy. For example, an interior designer can place furniture models and other objects into their virtual 3D property using the add-on available on the website. And speaking of add-ons, there are currently 7 add-ons available on Matterport's website. Each provides a different set of additional features. You can export your 3D model to different formats, publish to different real estate platforms, create schematic floor plans, create 3D tours. You can even publish the 3D photo directly to Google Maps. I've actually published this 3D photo to Google Maps using Matterport's Google Map add-on, and that was a really fast and straightforward process. One thing I need to mention is the add-ons are additional services, so they would require additional charges. And touching on the subject of charges, you would need an active account and active subscription to upload your photos to the Matterport server. The professional account costs $69 US per month, and it allows you to have 25 active spaces, which means 25 properties. By no means it is cheap, and this could be the reason why not many people would buy this camera as a hobby camera, even though the price of this camera is just about the price of a typical full-frame camera. But since this camera is designed for professional use, for a professional photographer or a company that use this camera as part of their business, US $69 a month is still a very small price to pay, especially once you consider the amount of time that it will save you for capturing and processing the 3D photos compared to using other cameras. After using the Matterport Pro2 camera to capture photos of many different locations, I'm very happy with the quality of the photos and quite surprised by the accuracy of the 3D models it created. However, what impressed me the most is just how easy and how fast it is for me to capture all these 3D photos. My first attempt in capturing a 3D photo of my garage only took me about 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes were mostly spent on trying out different features on Matterport's Capture app. I don't even need to spend time to manually copy the photos to my computer. Pressing the upload button in the Capture app is all I need to do after I finish taking the photos. If you are a professional photographer offering taking 3D photos as a service, using the Matterport Pro 2 would not only give you high quality results, but also save you a lot of time, both for capturing and processing the photos. But you don't even need to be a professional photographer to be able to use this camera or benefit from it. Pretty much anyone who knows how to correctly set up a tripod can use it. Interior designers, furniture shops, event organizers, builders can all use this camera to create accurate 3D photo and model of the properties easily, and the 3D model could then be used to improve their business workflow or offer some additional services that their competitors can't offer. I do wish I can use this camera without having to pay for the monthly subscription, but other than that, there really isn't much that I can complain about this camera.